welcome y'all to another episode of Lily's Sizzling, and tonight we are going to be making some rainbow trout. I took Kaden and Ariana out to this thing at Federal Way, Washington, and there's like a lake, and they were doing like this trout release, and so all the kids got to go there, and you pay like $4 and each kid gets to catch 2 little trout. I mean, it doesn't amount to much because the trout were like little. I guess the littlest one that day was like 8 inches, ours were like 11 inches. So they were kind of tiny, but way bigger than those like miniature catfish that we caught last year when we were trying to do this episode. Yeah, we had caught like a miniature catfish and we were going to try to find fish to eat for an episode because I've never done fish before.
Fish sticks.
Yeah, fish sticks, exactly.
Turned off the camera.
Because I didn't want to buy fish at a grocery store. I wanted to like actually go out there and catch it. So we did this, and it was kind of, I guess it was like shooting fish in a barrel because they were like all in this net. So there was like all these fish.
Hey, that was skill.
Yeah, skill my butt. So anyways, we're going to make a meal here that Mr. Link is going to love. This is Link, my kitty here, and he loves human food. It's the only thing he eats. I mean, I know it's bad for cats to eat human food, but Link only likes to eat human food, so he's gonna really enjoy tonight having a little bit of fish. He's so cute. Alright, so let's get started here. We're gonna start with our jasmine rice. So we're gonna have a nice rice with some bay leaf and pepper in it and a little hint of salt. Not too much because you know me, I'm not a very big salt fan. So we're gonna have 2 cups here of jasmine rice, and this is gonna be underneath our fish. So let's get started here. Why do I even need these things? I give them like, look, 3/4, 1/4, 2 cups. We don't even have to look, folks. Too good at that. Okay, about 2 cups of water. Water in there. And then some bay leaves if you have fresh, or I can never seem to find fresh at the grocery store. They are always out of stock. So some bay leaf. We're going to add in a little bit of seasoning salt. Not that much.
It is time for a new pan for Lily's Sizzling.
It is. My pan has
I ruined your pan with those eggs.
Finally died. You have ruined my pan. So let's get the pepper in. Distracted me, made me all nervous talking about my frying pan, made me all self-conscious about how ugly my frying pan is.
It's pretty dirty. I mean, it's clean, but it's dirty.
There's ways and tricks to get it off there. So let's turn this on to medium. So back here, let's let this get started, and then we're going to start working on chopping our zucchini, and we're going to have a nice lemon sauce. So we're going to be working on the sauce that's going to go over our fish, and we're going to be frying our fish in this pan. So let's start getting all that up ready here, and we have our jasmine rice, and this stuff is going to start cooking up. So that takes the longest to start with this. This is about a 30 to 40 minute meal max. Hello. We're going to cook up the fish that you guys caught. What do you guys think about that?
Yes.
Good. Right now we're just chopping up some baby bella mushrooms, and these are going to go with our vegetable. We're going to have that nice vinaigrette. We're going to have like a vinaigrette lemon sauce that we're going to make over it with champagne. We're actually using real champagne.
Ooh, kids are not allowed to have those.
Oh no, because it's going to be kind of cooked, so it'll be just fine for you guys. No problem. So cooking alcohol removes it.
Champagne.
Okay. Well, then I won't put any lemon sauce on your stuff. So we're going to chop up our mushrooms, and then we're going to chop up our summer squash. So I just have these guys in here chopping mushrooms for me.
Is that my summer squash?
They're so easy to chop. You can use my old knives and chop them without any effort.
Okay.
So easy as cave rocks could be.
We have to cut these 2 little mushrooms.
You work it, girl. You tell that camera what we're doing. You tell them.
Yeah. Oh. Mika needs some mushrooms. Everybody knows that because the camera is going to go to YouTube.
Yep, to YouTube. Great job, guys. Look at all these nice cut up mushrooms.
Brutal.
Yes, you were very brutal to these mushrooms. You diced them.
The first time in my life I felt sorry for a mushroom.
Scrape them in.
Scrape. I'm using a hard knife.
And you're using my big knife. All right, there we go. Scrape them in. Careful. Okay, get down. Alright folks, so these are our mushrooms here. We're going to cover them with some olive oil and put some summer squash in here as well and some parsley. And then we're going to get our fish ready to go here, and our little fishermen have helped catch tonight's meal. So,
I am a fisher girl.
yep, you're a fisher girl, and there are such things as fisher girls. You don't let your brother tell you there's not. She says, well, I want to grow up, I want to be a fisher girl. And he's like, there's no such thing as girls who fish. And I said, well, yeah. I said, she got bigger fish than you got today. So there are fisher girls. So girls, you don't give up your hope and your dreams. We want to be a fisher girl, be a fisher girl.
Yes, go get eaten by giant squid.
Yes. All right, folks, our little fisherwoman and fisherman have helped us today with our mushrooms and catching the fish. So we're going to add some parsley now into this dish. That rhymed. Fish dish. So some parsley in with our mushrooms, some olive oil all over the tops of these doodads. We're going to add in some rosemary, seasoned salt, and garlic as well. We added in our garlic cloves already, but I'm going to add in just a little bit more. So now we're going to chop up some squash. I'll never forget growing these in my backyard as a kid. I have tried to recreate the magic for my children and grow a garden. However, even though I live on land now, we have land and room enough to garden, and I can't make things grow. So I fail miserably at growing things. You guys all remember the movie Addams Family where she comes in and chops the head of the rose, and that's like beautiful? That's me, because I can only grow cactuses and
Correction.
dead plants.
We have killed cactus.
I've killed a cactus before. That is sad. That is really sad.
We've killed more than one cactus.
I have. I think that's because we live in Washington and there's no sunlight or heat here, so they die in the winter.
Or water. We don't give them water.
I did give them water.
Not
I think I
even
gave them
once a
too much water, actually. Anyways, I have some tomato plants that I'm trying to grow, and they just...
I have to admit, the smells coming out of that pot right now are delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Kind of spicy, peppery smell, but...
That'd be my rice, I think.
Oh, yeah, it smells like rice in there.
Yeah, bay leaves, rice, and seasoned salt.
Yeah, it just sounds... It smells really seasoned, whatever smell I'm smelling.
Yes, a little seasoned rice.
I thought it was the mushrooms.
No, it's not mushrooms. The mushrooms do have a nice earthy smell,
like a
though. I
warm
love
smell?
the smell of mushrooms. In fact, mushrooms are a good source of vitamin D, and when you live in a land where there's not a lot of sunlight, you want to have as much vitamin D as possible. Milk, mushrooms, but we can't get enough vitamin D from diet alone, so there's a medical tip for you guys. So if you do live in a land of no
Your
sunshine...
core audience is Seattle.
Yeah, I know, but you need to take a vitamin D supplement. Alright folks, so we're going to let this rice steam for about a good 10-15 minutes. It's just about done here. So the rice, I like to really get a good steam on my rice. So I keep it on low. That way it gets nice and moist in there. So I have a little secret way to do this rice. Alright, so here's this. This will take about 10 minutes or so to cook up. We're going to fry this stuff on up, and we're going to start our fish up next and our sauce. So let's get this back up to about a 6. We're going to add in a little bit more garlic over the tops of this, even though they have a couple cloves in there. I love the garlic. A little hint of the seasoned salt. Seasoned salt, and of course pepper. So, there we have it. Beautiful summer squash. This is a beautiful vegetable that we're going to have with our fish. So we're going to fry this up, and it's already started, and we're going to start working on our fish, and we're going to get that out of this foil here. We had rocks to clean it and chop them up and chop up their heads.
Yep, I played my manly role for at least once in my life.
Finally played his manly role. You should have seen him touch it. Ew, it's all stiff and slimy.
That was off camera.
Freaking out, and yeah, we were going to film him showing how to clean the fish, but he had no clue what he was doing to begin with, so it's like, oh heck, no, we'll have him clean it next time. So now he's got some experience first going in there, so now he doesn't freak out, because it would have been so funny to see it. He was like, stuck his hand in the bag of fish. He's like, oh, it's like slimy and stiff and cold. Okay, I'm playing with you.
Telling her stories.
I know. Okay, let's get the batter ready for these fish, and let's get the oil heated up. So I'll do that right now. I'll heat up the oil before I cut.
She's gonna get squeamish too when she touches the fish. Watch.
So we're gonna put some oil in here. And we're gonna heat this oil on up. It is not water. One of Rox's friends came over to my house when they were making fry bread. And he thought it was water, and he stuck his finger in there. I was like, ow! I wish I would have filmed that. That was funny. That was great. Poor guy. But anyways, it's not water.
He watches your shows.
I know he does. Hi. Okay, so this is not water for y'all. This is oil, and it will be cooking, and it will be hot, and it will be like
Should have like
smoky.
a disclaimer of his name right at the bottom of the screen.
Hot oil, hot oil, hot oil. Okay.
Not water.
Yeah, not water. Okay, so let's get this on cooking up, and we'll start doing our fish batter. All right, folks, so we're going to take a little bit of flour here. I don't measure it. Just a couple cups. That looks about good. Enough to play around with. So we're going to have a bowl here with some flour. We're going to add in some seasoned salt into this flour. We're going to add a little bit of spice, some chili powder, and some paprika. And some pepper. And some garlic powder. Kind of like a Cajun style fish batter. Take and stir this around. You can use your hands or fingers, whatever you want.
Here's your utensil.
Yeah. I don't need a utensil. Add in just a little bit more chili powder. It's nice sizzle on these guys. Oh yeah, look at that vegetable. That's good.
Smells delicious already.
It does. Wait until you get the lemon champagne sauce. It's
Oh,
gonna
it
come up
smells
at the end.
sizzle-tastic.
It does smell sizzle-tastic. So next we're going to unwrap the fish.
You're unveiling my fish.
Yep, Rox's fish job. I didn't get to see it because I had to hold Lila. Try not to get my fingers too fishy. So here's our fish. We're leaving the skin on. They still have their bones in and skin in. So we're going to cut them. We're going to put them in here, and we're going to sizzle them up. And once they're sizzled, basically we're going to take the bones out with a fillet knife because it's easier to do it after they've been cooked. So we're going to put our trout here into our Cajun flour that we kind of made up for them. A little spicy flour. Flour up our fish into our batter. My dad, and he was a great cook, and I've probably told y'all before, how he owned his restaurant and everything like that. Great cook. He used to take fish and he would make a beer batter, and I swear to you, even if you did not like fish, you would have ate the fish that he made. And he used to catch big old channel catfish, huge catfish, or bullhead catfish. What do you call them? I can't remember. He used to go clear out to Yuma, Arizona and catch these fish down in the river, and they were just excellent when he would make them with the beer batter. I wish I had his skills to cook like that. So maybe one day we will try to do beer battered fish. So here we have some fish. This is a good Father's Day meal, and Father's Day is coming up. So we have all of our little fish here. We're going to shake off any excess flour. Kind of leave that over here on this side of the cutting board. So, like I said, these trout weren't too big. They weren't too small. They were sizable. So we have our trout here, and they are floured up and battered up, and we're going to start sticking these guys into our frying pan here once it heats up a little bit. And right now we're going to start working on our lemon champagne sauce. It's going to go over the tops of these guys. Now we're going to start working here on our sauce here, and you can see our frying pan over here. It is sizzling hot, and it is ready basically for that fish. So we're going to start out with a lot of lemon juice. So you can either squeeze it yourself, or you can buy some lemon juice at the store. Ah, that feels good. And it looks like it too. Squeeze it up. Okay, so about 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice. We're gonna go with some vinegar. And this is gonna take forever too. It's just one of those days for me. Nothing wants to pour fast. Okay, about a good quart of vinegar. Fill this all up with olive oil. It's all yellow liquid, and it's all making drizzly noises. I am so glad that I don't have to go right now.
You will.
About 2 cups of olive oil.
Do the dance, do the party dance.
We're going to make a nice oily vinaigrette. A little bit of champagne.
Don't be.
I'm not stingy. Pepper. A little hint of onion. You can chop an onion up too and put it in here. So now we're going to blend this for about 30 seconds. See how it kind of thickens up a little bit, and you get this nice coloration to it, and that's when you know you're going to stop. So this sauce is done. This is our lemon sauce now, and frying our fish is going to take about 4 to 6 minutes, not even, about 2 minutes or so aside. So we're going to start getting these guys ready, and we're going to get a plate ready because we're about ready to plate on up. So we're going to get our plate out, our lemons chopped, our parsley for the top of it, and start getting ready here and just put in our fish and rock it. So the fish are in there now, and they are starting to get fried up. About 2 to 6 minutes aside because the oil is very hot and it's going to cook them very rapidly. So there we go. Perfect amount of fish that they caught. It filled up 1 skillet exactly, so we didn't have to do it twice over. There you go. So in a few minutes here we're going to flip these guys on over once they get nice and crisp and brown and flaky and cooked. So give it about 2 to 6 minutes per side, depending on how hot your oil is. I'm going to say about 5 here with this one. So if you come here, see this fish, and it's flaky, it's white. It took about 5 minutes to cook. And these guys are done. They're white and flaky, and the meat will just kind of fall right off of them. So let's give that to you another couple more minutes here in the oil. Skin's falling right off. See the skin just coming off. So we're going to get the skin and the bones on out of these fish.
It doesn't smell too bad. It smells pretty good.
Cajun style trout, that's what we're having. I just didn't add any red pepper or anything too spicy or crazy, but it's like a Cajun rendition. And here we have it. So we're going to get the meat off the bone. Some of the meat's already fallen off in the pan. So that's our fish here, and we're going to get this guy ready on up here to start plating on up. We're going to get the bones out of him and get the skin off. You can eat the skin. Some people love to eat the crispy skin to the fish. I'm not one of those people, but if you like it, and I know a lot of people in the South will eat the fish with the head still on. They serve it with the head still on. So, I mean, that would have freaked me out or freaked my mom out or someone, but I mean, some people do like that, so it's a cultural thing on how you like your fish prepared. So we're going to get the skin off, we're going to get the bones out, and then we're going to start plating this up with this beautiful rice with the sauce right over the top of it. So we're about ready to be done with this episode and wrap it on up. Alright folks, so we're going to put some rice up on our plate, just enough for the fish to go over the top. And then we're going to add all these beautiful vegetables. And I mean, it's just beautiful little medley of vegetables here. And we're going to take our fish and we're going to get this up onto here. So let's get out our tongs. Don't want to touch them still. They're hot, hot fish. Hot fish, hot fish. We left this a little bit of skin on some of the fish, and you can still get some of that. And we'll put that. Look at that nice flaky fish on there. So this is rainbow trout. We're going to serve these with a couple of lemons. You can see the bone still on them, yep. There's a little bit of bone left. It's hard to get all the bones out, so you need to be super careful. And we're going to serve this with lemon sauce right over the tops of it. Just like that. And this is going to be our lemon sauce rainbow trout here that we fried up with a little bit of hit of Cajun spice. Quit coughing. You know, coughing since you've been frying because there's a little bit of smoke and it sets off his asthma. So we have this jasmine rice, and we cooked that with the bay leaf, and we used the pepper, and we used the he's coughing. The bay leaf, the seasoning salt, the pepper, go with it, man. And then we cooked up our vegetables with the mushrooms and the summer squash and the all the like parsley and the garlic And then we made this beautiful champagne sauce. We used actual champagne, some white vinegar. We used the lemon juice, some of that olive oil, and some pepper, and a little bit of seasoning into there. And then we mixed that up and blended that. And then we made our fish here, which we used for the show. We had the kids catch the fish, and then we took and we put some flour on the fish, and we put the paprika, the chili powder, the pepper, and all that good seasoning into the fish, and the garlic, and mix it around. And then I chopped up a lemon and put that on the side here. So this is your plate of rainbow fish, and I hope you enjoyed another episode of Lily Sizzling. And it doesn't look like a rainbow, but they call it rainbow fish. When they come out, they look kind of they have like a pinkish hue to the side of their scales. So it's like, I looked down and I was like, that's a rainbow trout, isn't it? So that's pretty neat looking when they come out of the water. So I hope you enjoyed another episode. You can watch us on sizzletastic.com, www.youtube.com/therockstar/Lily Sizzling. And as always, please add and like our Facebook page, and Seattle77, you can come watch us there, and we have a whole episode guide up for summer 2014. So please come watch us and give me your thoughts, your ideas, and your suggestions as always. And bon appetit. Keep it sizzle-tastic, y'all. Y'all, this is Link, my little cat who loves human food. And he says, this is yummy and sizzle-tastic. I'm giving him a little bit of the skin off my fish. Oh, he loves it. Look at him just go.
I think he's already
The cats are having a feast. Look at him. Oh, my goodness. He says, thank you, Lily. Thank you, Lily. Oh, my little Link.
Hey, you almost gave, I thought you gave him a piece of the fish.
I know. Ryland's eating fish, too. Ryland's loving it.